Hi Aries, this is going to be your reading for the first half of July 2018. You also are going to receive the bonus reading this month. Congratulations, you did have the most views on your video. The same's going to apply each month. The video that has the most views will get the bonus reading. I will be doing your bonus reading in the middle of this month. Now, I'm using the Gilded Tarot, I'm using the Psychic Oracle, and I'm using the Romance Oracle. So, the first card you've got at the centre, you've got the Ace of Wands. And this is a card of, yes, something new happening. Something new that could be touching on the creative, something that, to do with our passion, something that we're going to feel very passionate about here. But the past coming through, we do have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess, she's the keeper of secrets. She knows something here. Now, I don't think this is talking about you, Aries. This, for me, this is very much talking about how maybe you don't have the full information on something, okay? You may very well feel as though somebody else is keeping secrets or something's hidden. You don't have the full information to something. And it's coming through still. The High Priestess also, she asks us to use our intuition because we think we don't know, but if we tap into our intuition is there to help us and guide us. So, we have that information within us, but it's about trusting and listening to our intuition. In the present, you've got the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is somebody coming forward here and speaking their truth. The only thing with the Page of Swords is it asks us to ask questions, okay? So, somebody could be coming forward with some, and communicating something to you, communicating maybe how they feel. But you may very well feel the need here, especially with the High Priestess coming through. You may definitely feel the need to question it. Because maybe, listening to your intuition, you may kind of feel as though something's not right, but ask questions, Aries, okay? The Page of Swords also can touch on, that kind of spying energy where somebody may be, trying to watch you on social media, somebody that's trying to see what you're up to, somebody that's kind of checking you out. But for me, I think it's very much here talking about somebody that's coming through to communicate something to you, but you, as I said, may feel the need to question it. Now, in your advice, we do have the Knight of Cups. Now, this knight comes through and he's offering something heartfelt, something to do with feelings and emotions. The Knight of Cups also, he can ask us to go and chase our dreams, our dreams of what's going to bring us emotional fulfillment. So it could be here in terms of that for you. If not, it may be here that maybe you're the one that's advising you to go towards somebody and speak up and say, how you're feeling, something to do with your feelings and emotions, offering that to somebody else. But it could be here to suggest that somebody else is coming forward here, in the same connection there with that Page of Swords. Somebody's coming forward to make an offering, a heartfelt offering here. but like I said, there may be this lack of trust there with you, and you may feel as though you've got to ask more questions. In your environment, you have got the World card. So the World card, is talking about a chapter of your life that's finished. And there's a new chapter opening up. A new chapter that, you're going to feel very passionate about. So one cycle has closed and something new is opening up here. It may be a new chapter opening up with whomever this Knight of Cups is talking about. But the thing is, when we're talking about advice here, the advice is there to advise you to do something or not do something. So that Knight of Cups for me is more talking about, it's advising you here. It's advising you to make this offering here. And it may be, if you make this offering, that you get this new beginning here with this Ace of Wands. In your hopes and fears, Ace of Cups. So this is a hope. Ace of Cups could be talking new love, new feelings, new emotions. We've got two aces here, both talking about new beginnings. One to do with, as I said, how, our passions and feeling passionate about something or someone. An Ace of Cups in our hopes there of, new love, new feelings, new emotions. Now, moving down to our outcome, we have got the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands, it's about maintaining the higher ground. You're on the higher ground, but it's about maintaining that, because the Seven of Wands is about being challenged by someone else or others and feeling the need to defend ourselves. It makes me wonder if this new cycle, this new chapter that's starting, again, is it with somebody that you've known from the past? And maybe other people are, people around you, your friends and your family are, maybe challenging you in the sense of, look, don't rush in here. You need to question what's being said. Like I said with that Page of Swords. Because I get the feeling with the Seven of Wands that it's people around you who have got your back, that are coming towards you with their opinion and their advice. That's the feeling I'm getting here. See, it could very well be that other people are challenging your decision when it comes to... Well, see, that's what it's talking about for me, is other people that are challenging your decision when it comes to starting a new chapter here. A new chapter that is connected to your passions and your feelings and your emotions here. But why would somebody be challenging that unless they felt that maybe, it might not be in your best interest? Which makes me question then, that is it somebody that you've already known? Somebody that you already know, that you've got a history with, and the history may not have gone very well. The next card you've got is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit asks us to go within. The Hermit goes within to do some soul searching. He doesn't, the answers he's looking for, he can't get those answers from other people. Because if you've got friends and family that are coming towards you and saying, I don't think you should do this, you know, you should do this, you should do that, you know, and if it's somebody that you already know, you know, them coming towards you, you know, look how they treated you before, look what they did before, you know, that's not going to help here when it comes to making a decision. So the Hermit is advising you here to go within yourself. You know, it is an enforced isolation. Going within yourself here to find the answers that you're seeking. And you can only find those answers from within yourself. The next card, Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is the best ace out of all of them because this ace is real. It's solid. You've got 3 aces here now. Passions. Yes, this is your hopes and fears, admittedly, but still Ace of Cups, feelings, emotions. Ace of Pentacles. You know, yes, it can be to do with new job, you know, an increase in finances, going down a new path with somebody, but it's something solid, it's something tangible. You know, the Ace of Pentacles, it has the potential of being more long lasting because our passions can change, our emotions can change, but the Ace of Pentacles is something material and something that's real here. The last card you've got is the 10 of Pentacles. So another great card. You know, I mean, we're jumping from an ace straight to a 10 here. But the 10 of Pentacles, you know, for me, it's the family card. It's that committed relationship card, shared finances, a shared home, you know, extended members of family, children, even a dog in the Rider-Waite. The card you've got at the bottom of the deck, Aries, you've got the Queen of Cups, sorry. Now, this could be here to suggest that this is the other person that's involved in this situation. And it could very well be a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But if that's not the case, then the Queen of Cups is here. You know, she is in touch with her emotions and sometimes she can be swayed by her emotions. But the Queen of Cups is very much, again, about intuition. She has great intuition here. So, you know, for those of you that maybe you're not dealing with a water sign, then... And it's only when it comes to the court cards, you know, the kings and queens for me, that I see them as actual signs, you know, actual people as such. So it could be a water sign for a lot of you. But as I said, if that's not the case, then it may be here again, you know, asking you to listen to your intuition. Your psychic card is Temptation. Now, this is the major arcana in this deck, and it is equivalent to the Devil. So again, you know, the Devil isn't fantastic, but it could be here for a few reasons. It could be here again to suggest that this is somebody that you've dealt with in the past, and maybe, you know, it was a little bit toxic. Maybe the relationship wasn't in your best interest at that time. And maybe that's why I get this feeling with that 7 of Wands that there's people around you who are trying to advise you. But it could also be here to suggest some negative thinking here. That maybe, you know, there is this sense of negativity there with you. You may have these negative thoughts if you're dealing with somebody from the past. The Romance Oracle. The first card you've got is pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So again, this would lead me back to this devil card, to this temptation. You know, that maybe you do need, as I said, to really, really focus on that Page of Swords and ask questions here, okay? Maybe there are some red flags that you need to pay attention to. The next card you've got is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. See, maybe the pay attention to the red flags. Maybe that is a card that is very much related to your thoughts, to your negative thinking. And maybe if you trust more and you have faith more in this person or this relationship, because I feel that's what we're talking about more here, then, you know, maybe everything can work out in the way that you want. But, you know, as I said, the World card there, you know, it's a cycle, a chapter of your life has now ended. You've got 3 cards here, all new beginnings. Yes, use your intuition. Yes, question what somebody is saying to you. Yes, trust, have faith that everything's going to work out. Yes, if the red flags are not to do with your negative thinking, then, you know, if, again, the red flags for me would bring me back to that Page of Swords again, about needing to ask questions, maybe not taking something on face value here. Okay, Aries, that is your reading. I will be back to do the ex-partner readings around the middle of the month, and that's when I will do your bonus reading. Thank you so much for all the views, and I hope you enjoy this reading. Take care. Bye.